What is going on YouTube? Hope you are all doing well. It has been a minute and for good reason. I'm now going to be talking about that for a bit as to what the fuck has been going on with me and as to why everything was really exciting. This is my new coach, this is my plan, these are my goals, and then just dropped off a cliff. So basically, for those of you that aren't aware, and will input the footage, I dropped a 130 kilo log on my foot just before Christmas, which has seemed to have damaged my foot quite badly. I've had an x-ray, no broken bones. It's been, I don't know, 12, 13 weeks now, I'm not sure. And I'm still suffering a little bit in my foot. It allows me to do quite a lot in terms of strongman. It's just very acute movements where it pulls. I think it's just like either some sort of really severe sprain, or some sort of ligament tendon damage, but nothing serious. Everything's still attached, everything still moves, like we're all right. I've just got to be patient with it. As always with ligament and tendon damage, it does take some time. You know, realistically, sometimes a sprained ankle can be worse than breaking it. It is what it is, and it was getting good, a lot better towards the back end of January, and I was still managing to do quite a bit with my training and so on, and getting things moving with Shane as well after Christmas, despite the damage in my foot. And then I got ill. I got sick just after Christmas, some sort of virus that absolutely sapped my baseline of strength. We tried to sort of stick to RPE and just muddle through on those weaker days, and it all just come to a bit of a stop really. I had to take some time off to get recovered, as I was just getting worse and worse every time I trained and stuff, which is not normally something I do, is train through illness, but conversation with Shane, and I want to pass the torch and have him lead the reins on that. And at the time as well, we just thought it was a head cold, didn't think it was anything too serious. I wasn't really struggling symptoms wise, but my body just wasn't firing when I was in the gym. We had to pull the plug on that and take some time to catch up and recover. I got all recovered. I had one really good week of training. I'm like, right, here we go, start to generate some momentum again and get things building through. And then I got sick again. I couldn't believe it. A bit of a head cold, which meant that I just said to Shane, like, I'm gonna go on the side of caution with this, because this could be the virus from before. It's just waved back through because it wasn't quite gone, and maybe we got training too soon, or maybe it's something else. Seemed like it was some sort of sinus infection. Very, very frustrating to be ill twice on the bounce like that. But at that point in time, there was loads of people in and around the gym that were getting sick as well. We were traveling out to comps and coming back sick, and yeah, it was just a nightmare really. So it's meant that training has been really, really shit for a bit. I've managed to maintain body weight, which is decent. I'm actually 3 kilos down off the back of a holiday. I've just had a holiday in Bulgaria skiing, and I always lose weight when I go on holiday because I generally don't eat as much. I don't pig out when I'm on holiday. I just have 3 steady meals a day. I have to eat so much food all of the time anyway. It's nice to have a bit of a break from that. It brings you up to speed as to where we're at. I mean, Haynes Farm is the next comp. That got moved. So we've got 2 weeks extra prep there. So we're actually 8 weeks out from Haynes Farm as we speak. Admit, if I'm going to be really, really brutally honest, I'm absolutely up to my eyeballs in doubt as to whether I'm going to be good, let alone at my best at Haynes. But I'm also trying to be as positive and as open-minded as possible. There's a lot of things we can do over the next 8 weeks where it could really come good. So we're just going to be patient. I'm just going to be as smart as we possibly can. I'm going to do everything Shane tells me to. A little bump in food now to sort of start to push body weight up a little bit. We've been holding around 143 kilos, and I've just dropped down to 140 off the back of the holiday. That'll be back up to 143 by the end of the week, pretty much. Once I put my food back in and trained a bit, my body weight will be straight back up 142, 143 by next week, pretty comfortably, and then looking to build from there as we push on to Haines. So the plan is to bring you through every single training session of prep, which I've never done before. It feels a bit risky because not every session is a good one, but I also think that it's going to be massively beneficial for everyone out there to see every single session of prep, the good, the bad, the ugly, and today will be session number 1. So hopefully you enjoy it. Compared to my usual training videos where perhaps there was a little bit more talking and laughing and joking and whatever, you probably won't see that over these next however many sessions that I'll be doing. I'll be a lot more focused. That's why I'm doing my talking now. I've got to take my pre and get working and do my movement prep and get everything set up for my session. And once I get that ball rolling, I get into that movement prep, inevitably my headphones will go on and I won't be doing much talking. So I'll do all of the talking at the front of the video, and then all you'll see from here on afterwards will be me training, doing the thing. So today is axle deadlifts. I've got a top set of 5 at RPE 8 to do. I've no idea what weight I'm going to be putting on that bar. I'm just going to work through my warm-ups and see how my body's moving. I haven't really pulled anything over 220 kilos this year, so I feel like I'm weak, but we'll see. We'll see how we get on. I've got a number in my head that I'm not going to say out loud that I'd really like, but we'll see how warm-ups go. I don't want to speak that out. Those of you that know me will know that I don't like doing that. I don't like, I want to do this, because then it always, any time I've ever done that and gone, I want to do this weight for this many reps, it's never happened. It's much better if I just keep it all internally, which is definitely like superstitious bollocks that doesn't actually matter, but it's just the way that I work. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into fucking training. If you have any questions about my prep or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment below. I'm more than happy to talk through it. If there's any questions and stuff like that, I'll answer them at the start of every video. So there'll always be a bit of talking head before every video, and then we'll move on to the session. So let's get it. So there we go, that session done. Finished up with 3 50-calorie rounds on the assault bike with 60 seconds rest in between, which I've just done. I didn't film that because it just looks like me on a bike, really, blowing out my arse and struggling. So I definitely have a love-hate relationship with anything conditioning cardio based. I love that it's good for me, and I love it when I can feel a little bit more in control. It's just fucking boring, isn't it? It just really is. Give me an obstacle course or some boxing any day, something where I can be stimulated. But hamster wheel fitness, I think it's my years bodybuilding, spending a lot of time, hours on fucking Stairmasters and cycling on a bike in my conservatory. Mentally, I just cannot stand that type of fitness. I'd much rather do something where I'm a lot more stimulated and I've got something to think about and focus on, other than, you know, being out of breath, or in this case the lactic acid in my quads more than anything. But yeah, box done, first session done. Nice to get in the zone a little bit for the top set on pulls today. That was 250 kilo for 5. Shane specifically asked for, you know, 3 reps in a tank. Don't be scared to undershoot a little bit. So that's definitely for the first time doing something, those of you that have done it, where you're given an RPE and you're not really sure what weight is going to be sufficient for that RPE. Today that was bang on the money. So there was 3, maybe even 4 reps in there, so definitely an undershoot, and it felt all right. I mean, I definitely don't like axle deadlift, but it's something I've got to get used to. So all of my deadlifts this year, other than Boston's, will be axle. Hampshire's is axle, so got to get used to that damn axle bar. So confidence is not great at the moment, but I am excited just to get my teeth into something now, knowing that, you know, the goal is to be ready for comp now. So not just, you know, conditioning and mobility and GPP and all the stuff we've been working on previously. The goal now is, the focus now more than anything is to be strong. So it means I get to do strong shit, although I don't really consider 250 for 5 strong shit for me. Maybe that's, you know, strong for some of you guys out there. That's fantastic. I know for a lot of you it isn't strong at all, but for me, when I often reference being weak or strong or anything like that, it's comparative to myself and myself only. I think it's really important to highlight that I'm not talking about being strong in comparison to the rest of the world or anything like that. I don't give a shit about that. I only really care about that on competition day. I'm only interested in being stronger than other people then. The rest of the time, it's just me versus me, really. So yeah, 250 for 5 isn't strong for me, especially when you're given the fact that that's a elevated pull as well. But we'll see. That's the first pull of prep, where we've really given it a little bit of beans. So, you know, hopefully my body adapts pretty quick from that and we pull something, you know, either next week or the week after. I think Shane's plan is to undulate. So next week I'll be doing some speed work, I think, from the floor, perhaps with a normal barbell. And then the week after, probably taking another top set like that one. If that is the case, I know that my body will respond well to that. So we'll see. We'll see how things pan out. So my next session will be on Thursday. So tomorrow is Wednesday, which is a rest day for me. But my rest days include MMA training, or what has been boxing training, because of my foot. My foot is now very ready for getting back into a bit of MMA. I'm not confident kicking with it, but I'm really, really keen to get back wrestling. I just love fucking rubbing myself up another blow. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I just want to start getting back into that a little bit, because I was enjoying it, and the technical aspect to that, and then also how fucking taxing it is in terms of gas as well, which is an ongoing mission to be better in terms of fitness. But yeah, without further ado, I'll see you on Thursday for my pressing session, which I think will be axle. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see what the boss says. Until next time, peace, love and cake.